Hey, hello everyone, this is Omega45 and welcome to episode 26 of my modded Minecraft Let's Play. So I haven't recorded in a while. I had some family stuff going on, so I had to tend to that first. But I'm back now. I should be able to record, hopefully, pretty often. I am on my summer break right now. So yeah, but I actually recorded the entire episode before this and realized I didn't have my blue snowball plug, like the option selected in Fraps to record the audio coming into my mic. So this isn't gonna be a terribly long episode, but I'm gonna try and just do it all in one shot, and we can go over what we did. But by the title of this video, you probably already know what we got done. So I don't know if I showed you this in the last episode. It's been, a while. This is my fuel production for the fusion reactor. So how it works, it's hooked up to this AE system, right? And cells are given to all these industrial electrolyzers with water, and then that creates electrolyzed water cells. The water is just being pumped in by these rotary craft fluid pipes. So all of these are doing electrolyzed water cells except for these four. These four are taking those electrolyzed water cells and turning them into hydrogen. I think it uses 6 each. Yep. So it takes six electrolyzed water cells and creates 4 hydrogen, compressed air cell, and an empty cell. The compressed air cells go in here. Hopefully we'll catch some. Yeah, there you go. And just get turned back into normal cells, which I have. I actually have quite a few sitting in the system. So those are all there. And then, so from these two over are all creating deuterium, which, I mean, they're not all running all the time, unfortunately, so I have to figure out what I'm doing wrong with like my math and stuff. So yeah, these are all double overclocked, and they're just hooked up to solar panels, and they're running the hydrogen and spinning it until it becomes, let's see, is one closer? There we go. Yeah, this one will do. And it's spinning. See, it's spinning, and voila, creating 1 deuterium and 3 empty cells. Half of that deuterium is coming in here and getting stored. The other half is going to these 6 industrial industrial centrifuges and getting turned into tritium cells, and that gets stored in here. So 2 fuel sources have about 15,000 buckets of each. So it's alright, it's not a ton though. So yeah, let's see, is there anything else in this system I have to explain? I don't think so. That's pretty much the gist of it. If you have any questions, just leave a comment and ask. Oh yeah, I tried overclocking these things, and I used a ton of solar panels on accident. Yeah, I have a lot of solar panels. And then, okay, so I started my fusion reactor, and it was actually really annoying to start because for some reason the recipe is wrong. It takes more than 4096, I think. 4096 EU tick. It takes more than that to keep the reaction running. How the fusion reactor works is it takes a huge amount of energy to start, but after that, as long as you give it constant energy and the 2 fuels it needs, it will just keep running. So it takes 40 million EU to start, and then what it's usually been and what the recipe says is that it takes 4096 EU per tick to keep it running. But that wasn't right, because it used to be sitting at 40 million, and now it's only at 30 million. I've got it stabilized right now, but that's because they added 4 solar panels on it. That creates another like 2100 EU a tick, or I can't remember how much it is. It's 2000 something EU a tick on top of the 2 plasma generators. Okay, but yeah, let's explain this. So tritium gets pumped into this one through its tesseract, and then deuterium gets pumped into this one through its tesseract. And I don't know why it does this, but every once in a while, like I had the two material injectors up on top, but it doesn't always work when both of them are on the same side, so I had to just switch this one to down here. And then it started working. So those two go in, they react, and they create helium plasma. Right there, you just saw it just tick. So this will create 1 bucket of helium plasma every 6 seconds, which is pretty awesome. That's like 1.2 million EU a second, something like that. The reactor creates roughly 60,000 EU a tick. So it gets pumped out of there. Helium plasma goes into this tesseract, which then goes all the way over here. Whoops. Into this tesseract, which then drops it into the steel tank. So I have 202 buckets. Let's see how much EU that is. 202 times 8192,000. That's 1.6 billion EU sitting in this tank, and it's like not even close to being full. So it sits in here until it's needed, and then it gets pumped out. It goes back over here, oops, into this tesseract, which feeds it to these two plasma generators, which both create 2048 EU a tick. And then it starts all over again. And it's pretty awesome. So it just keeps running and running and running. And it as you can see, it has quite an excess of plasma. I need 210 buckets, and you can use that to power more plasma generators. I think one reactor will sustain 31.5 plasma generators. So I'm gonna be busy for a while before I can start like actually using that thing to its fullest potential. What I'm gonna do is rip this entire thing out, because I have a ton of stockpiled fuel, and redo it all with plasma generators. But I might not do it in here. I haven't been like bored with Minecraft, but the spark has kind of dropped off a little bit, and I think it's because I'm tired of digging caves. This idea was fun, and it worked for a while, but once you need to like start expanding and stuff and laying cables and all that, it's really hard to maintain. There's just a lot of digging involved. It's really annoying. Is this still on? No. So I would like to make a sky base, kind of like in my last world. Those are kind of like the end game for me. But I'm not that close to end game. There's still a ton I can do. Like I want to be able to just hit a button and autocraft one of these, and I've done it before. I did it in my last world, so it's not hard to do. I just need to do it. But yeah, so probably in the next episode I'm going to start thinking about that, and maybe laying out a framework and a test world or something like that, and kind of figuring out as I go. I have no idea what I want it to look like yet, but this thing is just, I love this base, and I love it with all my heart, but it's getting hard to deal with. Now I love the look of it on the mini map. It looks so cool with like the white floors and stuff. I don't know, there's just the look to this base is really, really beautiful. Yeah, so I think that's really it. Sorry, this isn't longer, but I mean it was earlier, so I don't know. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, what do you want your base to look like, please leave them in the description below, or the comment section below. I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but I would love to build the new base in the sky out of iridium reinforced blocks. So this one. These are the prettiest blocks ever. Or maybe it's the reinforced stone, I'm not sure. But I really love the look of these. And they're not like, they're expensive, but not like terribly expensive. And if I get those borers to work again from Rotary Craft, I can get uranium ore, right? Not the uranium like pellet, but the uranium ore. And I can get 15 uranium from each uranium ore. So that's something I'm gonna really need to look into and do, because it'd be awesome. So yeah, that's it for me, guys. Thanks a ton for watching. Hopefully I'll have more videos out soon, and yeah, so thanks for watching. Later.